two. Yeah. Peace, peace, world. I go by the name of DJ Klyph. Everything is Copacetic. One of the platforms that I ain't been on in a minute. I ain't gonna lie. It's just been a minute since I jumped on here like this. I had to tap in with my folk, say what's up, just get caught up. In case folk aren't really aware, this is the platform that I've created so many platforms through the years, man, and it's really been a blessing to be able to do this for artists really all over the planet, man. From Portland, Oregon, really supported the Portland scene for a while, but this is just a place that that I just come through and just chop. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cross the Street. What up? Yeah, man. Just had to tap in right quick and let folk know that what's happening. Really, it's crazy. Off top, little disappointed that I'm not gonna get a chance to see my brother, young RJ from Slum Village. They supposed to do a show here in Portland tonight, in the Portland area, in Hillsborough, man, at Mystery Bar, and that show got canceled. So unfortunately not gonna get a chance to see him. But still looking at working on some things. So we're gonna see what's happening. We're gonna see what comes through, man. Across the street, man. Definitely appreciate you tapping in. I'm trying to utilize the YouTube channel a little bit more. This is something that I've had set up, and I throw stuff up every once in a while. But trying to start utilizing it a little bit more, as well as tapping in a little bit more on this podcast. Everything is Copacetic. So if you haven't yet and you're listening to this, subscribe to the YouTube channel, DJ Klyph on YouTube, and I'll be throwing up conversations. Y'all can tap in. We can have a little back and forth, jump in the chat, the whole nine. You know what it is. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, some other things that are coming up. It's kind of dope right now that things are open. It's like I said, Slum Village was supposed to be in Portland, in the Portland area tonight. They didn't make it, but so the Welcome to the Neighborhood radio show I did this past weekend, and I'm giving away tickets again, which feels so good, man, to be able to give away concert tickets. So I was able to give away tickets to a couple of different events that are happening this week in Portland. On Wednesday at the Star Theater, Pink Seafood is doing his first U.S. tour, and he's going to be at the Star Theater on this week, Wednesday. So I gave away a pair of tickets to that show. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, you should for sure check it out, because Pink Seafood is getting a bunch of love right now, doing things. The album Gumbo is out, and it's getting a lot of love. So once again, man, it's dope to be able to be in this place where I get to get people back in shows, back in live venues, and the whole nine. So really excited for that. And then on the 24th, Rose Tinted is back. It's the the live hip hop situation, man. The cats they do a bunch of classic hip hop joints live, reinterpretations of some of our favorite hip hop joints, and so that's happening on Thursday night, the 24th. That's going down at Holocene. So if you're looking for a good night of music, you may want to check that out. Also, it's dope because they're bringing in some special guests. They got Milk and Calvin Valentine coming through. Milk and Calvin Valentine did a project a minute ago titled Tiger Milk. And so Calvin Valentine is coming through from the LA area. Milk is going to be, obviously, he's Portland based, gets a lot of love in the city, well-deserved love in the city. And so they're gonna do, like they told me, they're doing the whole situation live. Like it's a live version of the album. So excited for them to be able to do that. So if you're looking for something like that to get into, that's going down at Holocene on Thursday night. Tickets are available for that. So a couple dope shows. Yeah, man. Cross the Street was saying there's a lot of underground shows popping off also like the last week. And if you know some shows that I should definitely be letting people know, throw them up in the chat right quick. So those two things are going on. And then also on Wednesday Is it this Wednesday night? I got to check my calendar, man. Because like I said, it's just things are starting to jump off again, which is really really dope. And it's just gonna be good to be able to get out and see some folk and shake some hands. Yeah, Drip Set is back this Wednesday. So um, if you don't know about Drip Set, it's just like a really cool networking opportunity, an opportunity to just get together with creatives in the city. So Drip Set is back this Wednesday. So yeah, lots of stuff's going on. And then I got to throw this up. If you're on the YouTube situation, you get to see this. There you go, the audio and up. Man, I just threw that up. I threw that the flyer up for the Jay Jury show. Yo, so like full disclosure, man. Oh, and then across the street was like April 16th, um, across the street concert series at Mystery Bar. So that's happening on April the 16th. So that's something to be aware of if you're looking for something to get into out in the Hillsborough area. If you're in the Portland area, Hillsborough ain't that far. You mean come through. So full disclosure, man. I had to flip up my setup a little bit, and so just really testing it out today. This is a great opportunity to test it out. I had to switch up my live stream situation, just to make it work a little bit better and be able to connect with my folk a little bit better. So this is the new situation, working through some bugs, and it's just thought this would be a nice time to jump on and tap in and just really that whole nine. So but yeah, like I said, a bunch of stuff's going on, man. It's good to be back doing stuff like this. Every Saturday night, catch me on X-Ray FM. Welcome to the neighborhood. Um, so I've been throwing out some information on an event that's happening. I'm bringing a couple of events, like a couple of my events, and I'm really excited. I appreciate that. Good looking out, man. Like I said, just working through some bugs, trying to see if it if this going. I think this new setup's gonna work. I'm pretty excited to be able to utilize this now, for the live stream situation. So like the official announcement, I can't tell y'all. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna just tell you this. I've been sort of promoting it on my socials right now. So if you don't know, I also do a podcast called Cliff Notes that I've been doing for about 7 years now. And it's been really cool to have conversations with people in the Portland metro area, people literally from all over the world, man. Shout out to my guy, Mark Ski from the UK, who's been a guest. As I mentioned earlier, Young RJ's been a guest. I've just had an opportunity to interview a bunch of folk via the Cliff Notes podcast. Got a new partner with the Numbers, and so recording episodes of the Numbers. Had a chance to do an interview with the homie Dre Slaps, and when D Smoke came through, did an interview with him over at the Numbers studio. So that was really cool. But I wanted to continue to grow and find ways to connect my audience, and connect the artists that I'm interviewing and the individuals that I'm interviewing. And so we figured it out, and we're doing Cliff Notes live, which means you get to be in the space with us. So it's going to be a live recording of the Cliff Notes podcast. It's going to be really, really dope, man. It's going to be really special. It's going to be the Cliff Notes interview, like you've heard, that's available literally everywhere you get audio. It's on Audible, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify, it's everywhere. But now you get to be a part of it. And I want to invite everybody out to be a part of it. Um, I don't want to give too much information away, but I will say this: you'll have an opportunity to engage with the guests in a really special way that I'm excited for. So just continue to, if you don't, make sure that you tap in with me on social media, specifically Instagram. Like everybody, I'm really on Instagram right now. But Cliff Notes Live is coming. I think I might have the graphic. I might be able to throw it up. Let me see. Yeah, so that was the Cliff Notes Live graphic I threw up there. Still got to fix the audio on all them screens, um, but yeah, man, that's coming. I'm excited to be in the room with you. So stay tuned for more specific information and get you in there. Curious said, I'm 8 months into my Portland-based podcast in motion, interviewing 180 plus Portland artists and influencers. That's what's up, man. It's dope to see creatives in the city, man, doing things and really creating platforms. I mean, that's what Cliff Notes and really DJ Clip Productions has been about from jump, is really creating platforms for folk. And this is, like I said, the next way to do it. So if you're a podcast host and you want to come through, please do. If you're just a fan of the scene, please do. I think that you're really gonna dig it. It's gonna be a good time. We're working on building something really special. So excited to have it happen. So I'll tell you, that's coming pretty soon. It's coming pretty soon. The official announcement will probably drop in a couple weeks, so that you can really put it on your calendar. But just stay tuned for that. Just another happening here in the city. So this podcast is obviously so much of what I do, and so much for what people know me for is like the music scene and the production scene and the curating scene. And um, I don't know if I haven't. There's some other stuff that's coming that I haven't announced yet, but stay on point for that. But this is also just about me being able to talk about everything, because on most of my platforms is pretty music centric. Aside from Fitness is a Habit, which is about wellness, and I'm still on my Fitness is a Habit movement. I obviously haven't done a lot. If you've been tapped into the podcast or to the blog, to the website, haven't really done a lot with that lately. But I will say I've had an opportunity to build with some minds, do some education. I'm doing some work now with Mount Hood Community College's physical therapy assistant program, which is really dope to be able to be on that side of influencing young minds. And the Fitness is a Habit vein, and excited for, got some other things that I'm planning to build into that in terms of lifestyle medicine and lifestyle influencing. So be on the look for that. If you're on that journey, I'm on that journey. You know what I mean? I'm sharing knowledge. I'm sharing my journey. I'm sharing what I know, but I'm also taking to heart the things that I'm doing on that fitness journey, or that lifestyle journey, because that's really what it is. It's called Fitness is a Habit, but I've said from jump, fitness is not just physical; it's also mental, it's also spiritual, and I'm trying to touch on all of those things, trying to cover all of those things. So some things are in the works for that as well, but you can tap in. Fitness is a Habit on same thing on Instagram, and I try to post stuff up. I just did the Shamrock Run, which for me was uh, sort of it's an important part of my wellness journey. It was the first sort of organized run that I did when I started this whole situation. It really kind of helped jump off the Fitness is a Habit thing, like 6 years ago. So I was out there with like 15, I think it was like 15,000 other people. It was cold. It was raining like it always is during the Shamrock Run during that time of year here in Portland. But it was dope. It was dope to just be out there and get some exercise and work on wellness, man. Shout out to my guy Destro Destructo, who I know is also doing some running things. If you follow him on social media, you can see that he's been posting up stuff about his running. Shout out to the Dead Stock Run Club, who I've had a chance to do a couple runs with. Such a dope group of individuals. Every Tuesday night they meet at Dead Stock Coffee in downtown Portland, and they have opportunities for people to get out there and just get a run in. A really welcoming community of men and women, and it's cool, man. It's just cool to be in that environment where no matter where you're at in terms of your fitness level, they got you covered. If you're like me and you're just trying to get out and get a little exercise and build on your level of fitness, they have individuals out there who will support you in that. If you are a little bit further along and want to get out and really get a good run in, they have people there who will support you in that. So you can tap in with my folk over at the Dead Stock Run Club, Dead Stock Coffee. Just again, another example of the communities that we have here in this area, and it's dope to be tied in with individuals like that, man. So that's something else that I've been on. And then I'm a sports fan, man, and I live in Portland, and so I follow my Portland Trailblazers and listen to a lot of podcasts and follow what's happening with the Blazers. And I'm it's funny because I know a lot of people are mad because the Blazers are losing right now, but I think people are missing the point, man. It's what they're doing right now is not about this year. You know what I mean? What they're doing right now is really about next year. It's really about preparing for the 2022-2023 season. You know, Dame is, for the first time in his career, really getting like a year to just rest his body and rest his mind. And I'm excited to see how he comes back after being able to do that for almost a full season. Aside from recovering from his surgery, I think it's going to be really cool for him to be able to come back and really show people what he's on right now. So, and then you get an opportunity to see a bunch of young cats, and I'm pretty excited to see these guys after they're getting an opportunity to really get some run, and then get an off season with some of the vets, with some of the regulars, and then see what they can do with the draft. And they got that trade exception, so they can bring in a vet potentially with some of this money that they have. So I think the team is going to look a little bit different. But when do you have an opportunity to have young cats like this get run and really work on being in a system? And so I'm excited for next year, and I think that's what this is about. It's really about, you know, watching the development, and you've gotten to see some pretty crazy development from some of these young guys. And so yeah, man, you know, I know people are mad and people are saying whatever, but you got to understand what it's about. And whether you say it's tanking or it's all perspective, right? It's all how you look at it. I don't think these cats. I know that they're trying to win. I know that these cats are giving their all. Yeah, they're somewhat limited by their abilities, I suppose. But you know, at the same time, man, these are individuals, young men who are just getting a chance, getting an opportunity. So I would say enjoy the ride and know that this is really prepping for next year, prepping for another great season. And I'm excited, like I said, to see what that's ultimately going to look like. So stay tuned is what I would say. Yeah, what I would say for that. Just definitely stay tuned. My guy Akira, what's good with you, man? Akira West, local rapper who I've been building with for a while, and it's my guy for real. Yeah, man, this is the Everything Is Copacetic podcast. So I've been saying I'm on here setting up some new visual type situations and running through, but also wanted to get another episode of the Everything Is Copacetic podcast up, but just trying to utilize the YouTube channel, man, more. So I'm telling everybody, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Working on getting numbers up, getting more content out for people to tap in to this platform. Because I'm trying to post, there's going to be a lot of stuff here, man. So the Welcome to the Neighborhood radio show on Saturday nights, you can catch that here on this channel. This podcast, the Everything Is Copacetic podcast, is going to be here. There's some episodes of Klyph Notes that you'll be able to catch visuals of here. The Klyph Notes live situation, you never know, that might be here as well. So a number of reasons to subscribe, and tell your folk to subscribe to the DJ Klyph YouTube page. As like I said, as we continue to build some situations through these platforms, through these channels, man. Just a place to come through and build and chop it up, like I said. So other things that are going on to let you folk know about. Coming up later this year, I think the announcement has been made. Work is happening behind the scenes right now for the 2023 PDX Hip Hop Week. So that's in the works. It's going to be different this year because if everything stays the same with this virus, we'll be able to really gather together. Last year was dope, man. We had a chance to do it outside. Well, there were, at least the programs that I was involved in, we were able to do those outside, which is a lot of fun. But we have some big things planned for this year. I can tell you, because this has been announced, that Mic Check once again will be a part of the Star Wars happening on the 26th. As the 26th is a Star Wars every year, so we're combining the Star Wars and Mic Check, and excited for what that's going to bring. And then we're also building with USA Breaking, so it's going to be a really, really big event, and definitely want to make sure that everybody taps into that. So those are going on the 26th, starting the week of the 20th. Other events may be happening. If you're interested in doing an event, if you're interested in putting on an event and having it represented as a official event of Portland Hip Hop Week, just go to pdxhiphopweek.com, and there's information there on how you can get sanctioned, how you can have your events sanctioned. If there are people in the scene in the city that you want to recognize as being supporters or part of the hip hop scene, there's a way that you can do that. So once again, just check it out, pdxhiphopweek.com. You can tap in there. But yeah, I'm excited for what I have an opportunity to build in and build with that week. So that's going down the 20th, August 20th through the 26th. There's another event going on in October that hasn't officially been announced yet, but it's an annual event. And if you know of the things that I do with DJ Klyph Productions, you know that there's an event coming up. There has been every year for the last 2 years in October that you can potentially look for again this year. Like I said, events happening behind the scenes. So yeah, so that's really that's really exciting. It's exciting to see that. Something that's funny, man. So I know that everybody's on there. Yesterday's price ain't today's price, and the prices are going up, and this, that, and the third. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that people are finding avenues and doing more and gaining greater platforms, and it makes sense as you grow your brand or as you grow your your movement or whatever the case may be. The price continues to go up. I think that's dope. And you see these things, or I see these things, and I think about the impact that they have on what I do or whatever the case may be. And I realize that it's hard for me to say like yesterday's price ain't today's price, because yesterday's price has always been free. Like most everything that I've always done has been, I don't ask people to pay for any of the DJ Klyph production services. I just ask people to come through and build and support others. So I guess I could say that, right? I guess I could say like stuff ain't gonna be free no more, but I can't necessarily say that. I can say if you want to support the movement, you can. It's really easy to support the movement. Everything is DJ Klyph, right? Venmo and all of those situations. And then there's a DJ Klyph Patreon, which, man, I built up my Patreon, but it's hard. I guess I could have done this. I could have done this podcast on Patreon, and maybe one day I will and share some things that you'll only be able to get here. We'll see. We'll see if people start rocking with this enough and they feel like this is something that they want to support financially. Maybe this will go on to Patreon, but it's hard for me to put things behind the paywall because the content that I create is always want to create space and opportunities for people to build and but we'll see what that ultimately looks like, man. Yeah, man, that's it. Like this was an opportunity to kind of to test some things out, to see what the new setup would look like, would feel like, and I think this is going to work. So the goal is to do this regularly here on this platform, on the YouTube channel. Also, ultimately have this be available through the Everything Is Copacetic podcast on the podcast networks. But yeah, I want to say big ups and thank you to everybody who has supported through the years, and know that still working on trying to create excellence in everything that we do here with DJ Klyph Productions. So thank y'all so much for tapping in. Shout out to Cross the Street. Shout out to my guy Kira West. Everybody else who tapped in on this episode. You can leave some comments in the comment section. Once again, be sure to let folk know about DJ Klyph Productions and everything that I'm doing. DJKlyph.com is the hub, it's the website, so you can tap in there. And then yeah, man, God willing, we'll be rocking with you. I guess I can say I'm gonna be live back in the studio at X-Ray this week. I'm excited for that. We're gonna be broadcasting live from the X-Ray studios with some special guests coming up this Saturday night. So you can catch us 8 p.m. this Saturday night at X-Ray, 107.1 and 91.1 FM in Portland, X-Ray.FM all over the planet. But we'll be live from the X-Ray studios for the next few weeks with some guests. So excited for that. You can definitely tap in there. But yeah, man, just continue to stay tuned through all the channels, all the networks for DJ Klyph Productions and everything that I'm affiliated with. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. God bless y'all. Until until we have an opportunity to do this again, y'all be blessed. Peace.